Hello everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. I have something to tell y'all. I've always been looking at different filter apps for editing my selfies and I can never find the right one. The presets either make my face look unrealistic or just cartoonish. Well, with the help of the sponsor of this video, I'll never have this problem again. FaceApp is the most advanced face-focused photo editor on the market. See, it's not just another filter app. Instead, it's a full suite of tools for anything from quick touch-ups to full edits. So, whether you want to enhance your selfies, social media, or LinkedIn profile pictures, or just get new ideas about hair and makeup styles that will look great on your face, FaceApp has you covered. FaceApp's goal is to provide you with tools to give your photos the look you desire. Nothing unrealistic or fake, but practical enhancement through intuitive editing features that you'll fall in love with using. We've got all those photos or selfies that we love, except for the lighting or how our skin was looking that day. Well, open up the Face app and give it a shot. It's free to download, super easy to use, and really fun when you get the hang of it, especially with their Pro version, which has so many amazing features you'll want to make use of. Click the link in my description or scan the QR code to download Face app and try the Pro version for a week free. It's available at the App Store and Google Play. Thank you, Face app, for sponsoring this video. Now, you guys, people are out here saying that Cardi B is pregnant. Now, she was performing recently at Ladyland Festival in New York City. And from the looks of this video, people are speculating that she might have a baby bump. Now, we can't always know for certain, right? So I don't want to say she is pregnant, but I can't blame people for thinking that way because it kind of seems like she has a bump. I do remember a little while back, Goat Alexis alleged that Cardi might be expecting a child with her new boyfriend, Stefon Diggs. This is what was said. A birdie on my shoulder told me these two are already expecting a baby. She's pregnant. There's nothing wrong with Cardi having another child. She could do that. But with Stefon Diggs just welcomed a child recently too, and nobody talks about it. He actually had a child with this model named Giselle, allegedly, and Stefon also is for the streets. He has a reputation. He's honestly no better than Cardi's husband Offset, who has cheated on her consistently throughout their marriage. So the fact that Cardi has gotten pregnant with another cheater allegedly is just not a good look. And I will say, I don't think it's the most convenient time for her to get pregnant if she is in fact pregnant, because Cardi is supposed to be releasing her second album and it's called Am I the Drama. One thing her label is going to want from her is for her to tour. That is where the money is, and that is really where they could recoup a lot of the money that they invested into Cardi, because Atlantic did spend a whole lot of money on Cardi and she has not yet gone on tour. So they need her to go on tour. So I wonder if her potentially having another baby is going to affect that. Depending on how far along she could be, she might actually have a baby before even doing the tour. So maybe her having a baby won't get in the way of things, but she absolutely has to tour this time around, because if she doesn't, her label really will be done with her. Now, I do want to briefly talk about this as well. So Cardi dropped her single Outside, but there is a rap artist named Rissa Reign who claimed that Cardi copied her song. Rissa Reign had a song called Outside that she released 3 years ago, and she noticed that the song had some similarities, and I did listen to them both, and I will say the production is definitely very similar.
Okay, so I know I posted that story, and a lot of people was commenting. So yes, I want to be very, very clear. I fuck with Cardi. I heard the song. I fuck with the song. But as I was listening to it, I was just like, sounded very familiar. And like I said, the song that I made this song 3-4 years ago. My manager at the time wanted me to make more music for females, not be so ratchet, not be so aggressive. They wanted me to make more twerk music, which wasn't really my vibe for real. But I went ahead and made it. I pushed the song down like 20 minutes. Here y'all go, boom. Threw it on YouTube. I didn't even release it. I just threw it on YouTube. But that's neither here nor there, because regardless of the quality of the music or whatever, I had the plan. I just didn't have the platform, clearly. the idea was there, and I really do feel like you just took it and perfected it. You're not going to be able to tell me that no, and even if it wasn't the artists themselves, even if it wasn't Cardi herself, somebody on that team heard the song. Yes, it is a common saying, but the coincidence for you to say outside and the beat sound the same, to me, that's too close. Somebody heard it and was like, I could see where they was trying to go with this. Let's take it here. I hear it, and I know I ain't tripping. I know I'm not tripping.
She's definitely not tripping. And you know, Cardi doesn't really have a lot of creative input in her music like that. She doesn't write, she doesn't produce. So I don't think she had any idea of this. So it's obviously the producer and writer who heard the song and switched it up and gave it to Cardi B. And this really does happen quite often. I mean, recently, another artist who was called out for allegedly using a similar song was Doechii. Doechii dropped a song with Tyler, the Creator, called Get Right, and it was actually previewed during Pharrell's Louis Vuitton fashion show. And the artist MIA said that this sounded like her song, Boys. And I did go back and compare the two. I wouldn't say they're exactly the same, but the creative direction and the beat and how Doechii was performing on the song was kind of giving MIA. But MIA's Boy song was a bit more sonically chaotic to me. Still, I did pick up on the similarities. I feel like Doechii is very, very, very talented. She definitely is. But like I said before, I feel like she grabs a lot of inspiration from other artists to the point that it almost feels like she sometimes sounds more like her inspirations than she does herself. Now, moving on, I want to talk a little bit about DDG and Halle Bailey. So they did have their court hearing regarding the custody of their son, Halo. Halle is seeking sole and physical custody of their son, and DDG is fighting for his right to see their son. Now, Halle and DDG had a very messy breakup. It got to the point where they both filed restraining orders on each other, and they both were claiming that they put hands on each other and they were accusing each other of cheating. Halle accused DDG of harassment, and DDG accused Halle of being mentally unstable. There was a lot going on. Their relationship was kind of toxic. Not kind of, it was very toxic. And I felt like these two had no business having a child together. But we're here now. And DDG and Halle do love their son. I do believe that they both are good parents, despite all they went through in their relationship. So I want to see them be able to co-parent effectively and actually share custody. But right now, the tension between them is so fresh. So it's going to take time for that tension to settle. But as of right now, they're dealing with this custody battle. And Halle was able to get temporary custody when she filed a restraining order against DDG. But DDG was recently granted the right to see his son on July 1st to the 3rd. And here are the conditions. The visitation hours must be between 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Halle's team originally proposed 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Also, he must be supervised by Halle's nanny and security. Halle's lawyer said the nanny felt unsafe being alone, so that prompted need for security. DDG can't stay overnight with his son. He can't take Halo more than 3 miles away from the hotel, and he must stay near Halle's hotel in Italy because Halle is currently filming a movie in Italy. DDG also cannot make any social media posts of Halo. So that is a lot of restrictions. And it's possible in the future these restrictions can kind of loosen up because, like I said, the tension between Halle and DDG is still very fresh. So it's going to take time for them to kind of mellow out a little bit. But as of right now, things are still tense. And Halle has control. She has leverage because she has the child, and she wants full custody because she wants to be able to make all the decisions for the child. So DDG essentially would not have much say. And I think it's hard for him to really cope with that because DDG likes to be in control as well, but he doesn't have control here. So right now he's over here thinking about having another child, but this time he's just gonna bypass the whole relationship process and get a surrogate to carry his baby.
So you ain't even got no girl? I mean, nigga like me, if I'm 29 or something like that and I ain't got the time, I just go to that that place, do my little 1-2, put my shit in the cup, take a little egg from somebody, throw it in another little body, cook that motherfucker up for 9 months. You know, you can do that type of shit when you got money. That'll alleviate a lot of shit.
He's definitely talking from hurt, I think, but he wants to have a child that he could have some control and say so over. And I hate to say it, but he probably wants a content baby too. I know DDG loves Halo, but he was definitely using Halo for content as well. He was trying to make that boy into a star, but right now he can't post his son. So he's going to find another child to create so he could post him, because that will definitely drive up the streams. And if he wants to have another child in a non-traditional way, that's his business. But I do hope he doesn't treat his children different from each other. I hope he doesn't show favoritism or look at one child as less than, all because he doesn't like the mother. There are some baby daddies who do that, and that's not right at all. So I don't know. I think it would be best if DDG just healed himself first, got into a healthy relationship and a marriage, and then have another child. I mean, that makes sense, right? But anyway, tell me what y'all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.